I know it's been a long day, everybody, but we got lots of more interesting presentations coming up. In this session, in this track, we have Art from DoMicro joining us from Hoeven. You actually heard his company mentioned in one of the talks earlier. I think it was DoMicro who mentioned their work. We then have Notion System, we have Binder, we have Nagase, we have IDS, and then finally we have Image Expert in this session. And in parallel, as always, there's another session. We're going to do our best to keep on time. Not that we succeed often, but we'll give it a go. So yeah, good luck to you. And as always, the audience, please keep your engagement high and ask your questions. And we love your questions, so please keep them coming. And yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Thanks, Kasia. Welcome all to my presentation. Today, I'd like to tell you about work we have done at DoMicro on power modules with silicon carbide transistors. But before going into this subject, I'd like to tell a little bit about our company, who we are and what we are doing. DoMicro is a company which is very much rooted in flexible hybrid electronics. We are an engineering company based in Eindhoven with about 10 people. Root of the company is very much in inkjet printing and making applications working around inkjet printing. Areas of activity are, for example, micro-assembly after the inkjet printing is done, advanced packaging, and making products complete and working. Today in the presentation I will highlight in particular the subjects of microassembly and advanced packaging, but inkjet printing will come back at the end of the presentation with a few remarks about it. Being an engineering company, we offer services in a couple of different ways, as is shown in the middle of the slide over here. It is research and development. Quite often we are, let's say, in the more early phases of research and development with making demonstrators, making prototypes, and helping customers on the way in their research and development activities. Sometimes it can also be consultancy about what to do, for example, with printed electronics and inkjet printing or electronics design. The bottom of the slide shows the application areas in which we are active at the moment or have been active recently. Important for today's presentation are the automotive application area. In a moment we will talk about power modules with silicon carbide, and as you would expect, these have a lot to do with charging electrical vehicles and driving the motors. We also have activities in semicon, in particular in microassembly with bare dies and advanced sensors. A few words will be told about that as well later in the presentation. Giving a bit of a look in the place where it all happens, our laboratory. This is our laboratory in the clean room here on the left-hand side. We do have print capabilities with inkjet printing. For those who joined the presentation by Dennis Kuppens of SiC Microtech a moment ago, we have two LP50 inkjet printers as supplied by SiC Microtech. Here is one of them. We also are working on electrohydrodynamic printing. That was also mentioned in the presentation of SiC Microtech already, a new generation of printing technology. I will not go into that technology in this presentation, but please be informed. We had a presentation here at the TechBlick Festival 1 year ago, which went in some detail about EHD printing. I'm also very happy to answer any question or have any contact with you if you're interested in that subject. Next to the printing, we also have lots of capabilities in the lab for the microassembly, for example, doing die bonding. This picture here shows a fine placer which we have in the clean room where we can do die bonding, and we also have done part of the work for the project I talk about today. Also important, of course, is doing the wire bonding. In our company, we have experience in inkjet printed wire bonding. I will speak a few words about that later in the presentation. And of course, we also have the conventional wire bonding with, for example, aluminum wires. Outside of the clean room, but not less important, is the lab where we can do system integration and testing of what has been made. Going into the power modules with silicon carbide, there are a few specific things which we need to take care of a lot. I will not go into the design of silicon carbide power modules and let's say the applications. As you know, they are quite wide at the moment in automotive, in solar and other areas. This is very much about how we can do the assembly and the completion of such kind of modules. First, of course, to be taken into account, given this application, is making the right interconnections, both for the electrical as well as for the thermal field. We are talking about an application with extreme currents, extreme voltages, high switching frequencies,